You're blessing me. You're blessing me every day. I was down.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Blissful Couples Corner. I am so excited to have you all here today. Sorry for all the technical glitches, whatever's happening. I'm still learning this thing, so please bear with me. Okay, you are so welcome to the Blissful Couples Corner. My name is Angel, and I'm so excited to be here today. You are, we are about 11 minutes after 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 11 minutes after 5 p.m. Central Time, where I am located. I thank you so much for joining. If this is your first time, you are so welcome. You are home, and please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, YouTube channel, and follow us on Facebook too. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I love you. Thanks for your support and everything. You have been so amazing to me. I thank you so much. So I will not waste any time because we are after the hour right now. Today, our edition is about the fourth stage of the dating process. We started a series back in January where we started talking about the dating process. And the first stage was attraction, where we said that before you even say you have a boyfriend or you're dating somebody, there got to be that first attraction, right? We talked about that. In that, we talked about priorities when it comes to that, to picking your forever partners. And forever partner, we talked about that a lot. And we even brought a story that was on Steve Harvey's show. We saw that and all the bucket list of things that we want and all that. And we said, though it is good to have those characteristics, those priorities, those things that we want, we should not focus too much on things that are not important, right? The second stage and third stage we talked about, that was some few weeks back, was the infatuation stage, which is the second one, where we have all those butterflies making us going crazy and we cannot think straight, right? Everything about the partner, the person at that time is good. Everything is awesome. We don't see anything wrong with the person. And the next step is the enlightenment. You're like, okay, you snap out of it, like, okay, let me see. I have been like flying in the air. Your hormone starts calming down and you start thinking straight. You start thinking straight and like, okay, let me snap out of this thing. What's been going on? Really, it's not your liking, it's not your making, but it's just that stage. God is so amazing, right? Everything has a stage. Everything has a time. In everything in life, there is a season. There is a time to live, there is a time to die. There is a time to love, and there is a time what the love can die, right? If we are not careful. So everything has a season. Any stage has its own duration and things like that. Okay. Please, if you are joining us, I would like you to put your comments on this topic. Any questions, please put it there. I will try. I'm alone today, so I will try my best to monitor the comments and see how I can help to answer the questions. Please, your comments are very important. It may help somebody. Please do not hesitate to put your comments, your questions. We are here to learn. I don't know it all. Nobody knows it all. Okay. I'm just advising, and your comments can also help me out. Okay. So, as I was saying, from the enlightenment stage now, which is stage three, we're talking about we're going to be talking today about the engagement stage. Okay. Oh, we're going to be talking today about the engagement stage. Um, 1 second, guys. 1 second.
You're blessing me every day. I was down with.
Okay, sorry about that. Today I was saying today we'll be talking about the engagement stage, which is stage four of the dating process. Or it's a stage where the two partners decide that, okay, we've gone through attraction. I like you, you like me. We've seen that in these 3 6 months or whatsoever. We I think that we are ready to be like couples. Couples, quote unquote, like it's not like couples that you're married already. No, couples that you guys have decided that, hey, this is my boyfriend. Sometimes it can take a while. It can take up to 6 months for somebody to accept, right? To accept to really be officially your girlfriend. I'll say your girlfriend, because usually, even though now is very common for women to approach the men, for girls to approach the guys. But before, it wasn't that common, you know. So it's usually the guy following up with the girl, and the girl will be like, okay, let me think about it, and all those things. Then they say, okay, now officially, I'm certain that I want to be your girlfriend. So the stage from attraction to enlightenment, it can take a while. It can take 3 months, depending. It can take 6 months. It just depends, okay, on the people that are involved, on the person concerned. So after that stage, now, if you look at your life, if you want to evaluate your process, unless except those that were match made, those that they connected them, that okay, I know this person, or they're interested, they want a wife, and something like that. And you guys just get connected and start talking. But typically in a dating process where there's that attraction, the man has to walk up to you. It's a process, but every couple have their own time frame where they really settle down and say that, hey, okay, I'm interested. For example, me, I took 2 years to accept. 2 years. And if you ask me why, I don't know. It's not like I wasn't interested. It's not like I wasn't attracted to him. It's not like I don't even understand. It was just like, you know what, let me take my time. So for other people, they don't have that time to waste. Okay. And for some people, men don't have that patience to stay, and wait for you for that long. I'm like, oh no, let's be friends, and all those things. And so people get tired. So it just depends. Before now, they settle now that, okay, I'm good. I'm certain I want to be your girlfriend officially. I want to be officially your girlfriend. So at that stage where you decide to engage, it's a different thing. Engagement, not in the sense that they give you a ring and you say yes. Engagement in the sense that you have decided that, hey, both of you now are serious together. Okay, when there's a serious relationship going on and when there is just play, or when we are seeing the trying stage. So at that point now, when you become engaged, what happens? You turn now to get more interested in knowing the guy or the lady. You tend to be interested in knowing about their family more. You understand? You want to know about their family more. So when you realize that suddenly realize that you start getting interested in things that you were not focusing on before. Okay, you want to know more about his or her family. Maybe you knew their little sister, because there will be one or two people in your family that you know now that they always introduce you like, okay, this is my petit sir, this is, somebody, usually that person is like really close to them, maybe their sibling that they are really close to, a friend that are really close to, they will make you know them, okay? But when you see them start wanting to know, when the guys say, hey, I really want to know more about your family, and the girls, I really want to know more about your family, you know that something is getting serious, okay? You start realizing that, hey, maybe you realize that this man, he could be a good partner for me, he could be a good man for me, okay? So you start digging to know more about him, his family, his lives. You want to know what are his visions. You want to know what are his plans, what are their goals, career goals, and financial goals, long-term, short-term goals. There are so many things, okay, that you start thinking about, that, hey, it's good that I know about this, it's good that I know about that, okay? So those are some of the things that you start thinking about, you know. So, but usually this stage is very critical because it's usually a stage that takes you to the next level of the man saying, hey, would you marry me? Popping that engagement ring that all of us want to see. Okay. Let me see if I have some comments here. Please, when you're coming in, if you have any comments, post them. I really appreciate your comments. Pump those hearts and likes, and share, please, with your friends as you're coming in. Um, another thing another thing that happens when you are in that stage, because this stage is so critical. It's a stage that is um, uh, after this stage you have the stage where you get into marriage, or before the marriage they pop that ring, but not everybody pops the ring anyways. Some people just go straight to business and say, you know what, let me go see your parents. So you want to take this stage very serious, okay? You want to take this stage very serious. In This is where you have to begin to learn the differences between you and that person, okay? So by that time, your brain should have calmed down. Your love brain should have calmed down a little bit, and you should be thinking rationally. You should be putting your regular, your normal brain, and your, I don't know how I'll call it, and your love brain together. So you should be using your heart and your brain to think, not only your heart. Because, excuse me, because it is critical that you start looking at some differences between you and the person. Because there are certain things that if you miss during this stage, you're going to suffer the consequences in the next stage that is coming, which is marriage. Should it end in marriage? So you must be able to start identifying the things that align with you and those that don't align with you, and see if the things that don't align with you, can you compromise? Can you handle them? For example, during this stage, you may start realizing that, hey, I didn't notice that this guy or this lady has some anger issues. Where she gets angry, she gets crazy, she breaks things, she does this. Oh, I didn't know that this guy batters. I didn't know that he beats. When I do anything that he gets upset, he will slap me. Because remember, the first three stages, everybody's showing their best. Everybody's putting out their best attitude. So they want to please the other person so bad. But remember, you cannot pretend forever. There will be time when you have been together for a while and you guys have settled that, hey, I know him, know what is it that we are hiding against. So I need to, all that pretense will fall off. Okay. And we start seeing those things. So unconsciously, they will do these things that you will see. And that is the time that you say you are studying each other. That is the time when you have to be thinking, okay, now this is I saw this. Can I handle this? That's the time you will know that, hey, do we have the same vision? Do we have the same goals? Are we walking in the same direction? To me, Christianity matters. But I'm seeing that he doesn't care if he doesn't go to church. He can stay 6 months without going to church. He doesn't care. Even now that church is online, many people have live services. He will not even say, let me, hey, let me watch the service, or let us pray together. Those are the things that you start thinking about, and you start working your differences. You're looking at the differences. You're looking at things that align or does not align with you. You know their family. You start digging a little bit more about the family because you want to know what is going on. Sometimes people will see the relationship going on. They'll be like, "Hey, do you know the family which you're getting into? Have you done your research? Because I heard that this family is so, 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 so." But that's not for you to start bringing problems. That's for you to do your research. It may just be God saying that, "Hey, let me bring this to your attention so that you can look into it." Okay. So many things in this stage that we cannot ignore. But unfortunately, a lot of things are ignored in this stage. So some key things that I want us to touch, there are so many, but we cannot talk about them all. So I will give you about 4 or 5 key things that I think that you should look at it. Like I said, the list is not exhaustive, okay? There are so many things that you want to look into. You want to check so that you avoid some loopholes. You avoid some issues in the future. So we're going to talk about those things in a minute. Let's just have this little bit. Please, if you are joining us, come on board, put your comments about this, and please share the link as you are coming in. I will see you in a minute. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. This is the Blissful Couples Corner, another edition for this February 27, 2022. If you are just joining us, you are so welcome. Today we are talking about the engagement stage in dating process. Okay, we are talking about the engagement stage in the dating process. Put your comments in, share the link as you join us. Please pump those hearts as you join in too. So I was saying that we're going to talk about some things that during this stage, because this stage is a very important one that can lead into marriage. Okay, this is a stage where you feel comfortable. You are studying the man, you're studying the lady, and you're thinking, okay, if everything goes well, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. But there are certain key things that we cannot miss out. There are certain things that we should be watching, because if you miss some certain things that are a problem, you will face those same problems in your marriage. Okay, if you fail to realize that this man, for example, beats, he's an abuser, you will face that in marriage. If you fail to understand or to realize that this man is reckless when it comes to finances, you will face that in your marriage. So this is a time when you want to put your heart and your brain together and process things. Okay, before this, first of all, you should have been praying about everything. Okay, so we're going to talk about, I'm just going to give a few points about some of the things that we should be looking at. Okay, put your comments about what other things that you think that people should be adding or two people should be looking at when they get to that stage. Please, it's going to help people. This dating process series is to help the single people out there. Some people who are already married, they've already passed this stage. This is not for them. In the Blissful Couples Corner, we are not only talking about the married people, we are talking about single adults who are getting married to, who are getting ready, to get into that stage of marriage. The things that they need to learn, the things that they need to know before they get into it. Okay? Because we are trying to create a generation that will not experience divorce as it is right now. It is so rampant. We don't want that. So there are certain things that if we put in place, we will avoid or reduce that rate of divorce in the society. Okay, so this, please, whatever comment you have, post it. It will help a single lady out there. It will help a single man out there who is about to get married or who is in a relationship that are still studying their partners to get married. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is, excuse me, the first thing I want to talk about is, are they a Christian? When during that time you're studying, is Christianity a goal to you? Is Christianity something that is important to you? If that, if Christianity is important to you and you see that it is not the case for your partner and it's going to bother you, this is a time for honest, open conversations. It is not a time for pretense. At this stage, we are not talking about babes, oh this, babes, oh that, babe. No, no, no. This is a time where we are having what I call true talks. Okay? No sugarcoating. We have to be honest. Listen, it's better to have a broken engagement than a broken marriage. And at the end of the day, I'll tell you why. It's very important. So if you think that Christianity matters to you, then you got to know and watch. If that is not going the way you're thinking, the way you're seeing, because that is you evaluating it, sit down with the person and ask, what's going on? This is important to me. But I don't see you taking it as serious as I'm expecting. I don't, nobody's a saint. You don't want anybody to be a saint for you. You don't want anybody, because you yourself, you're not a saint. But at least the basic, okay? Being a Christian, trying to showing the aspect of fearing God and those things. I mean, I'm not here, I'm not a pastor, I don't want to preach about Christianity and all that, but if that matters to you and you are not seeing it, don't say tomorrow that he will change, okay? Start doing something to see how you are pushing through to make those changes. By doing what? By praying, by communicating. You cannot sit and assume. There is no assumption in relationship. Assumption has caused a lot of issues in relationships, even in marriages. Don't assume, but open a conversation and ask questions. Sit down and talk. Hey, babes, this thing is bothering me. I'm a Christian, but I'm seeing that it doesn't matter to you. If we have to raise a family, we have to raise kids. We need God to help us. But if you think that it is not important, I'm worried about it. Let's talk about it. And you guys have a conversation and trash it. Now, if it is something that you can deal with, if he says that no, I don't care about it, I don't believe in Christ, I'm atheist, I don't believe in any God, I don't believe in anything. If it is okay with you, then fine. Okay? If you are that kind of person that is okay with you, fine. But my sister, my brother, if it's not okay with you, pray about it. Seek the face of God about it. Because that is very important. Christ will be the one to help you in trial times in your marriage, especially if you are a Christian. You know, your beliefs will not align. You need to have your beliefs that align. They got to be that alignment. Because if you guys are not aligned, you'll be out of sync. When two things are out of sync, I mean, they are moving in opposite direction of basic physics. If we don't have, if that's what we, if we are not in sync, we are out of sync. And it means that everybody, there will be noise in the house. Everybody will be going their own way. Okay. So there are things that if you after talking about it and you think that, hey, it's okay with you, fine, you can move, you can compromise, you can move with it, up to you. But don't say that it's okay, I can handle it, then tomorrow you start crying. No, baby, you knew about it. You knew about it. What did you do? Did you do something before you got to that point of marriage? If it is something that is pertinent to you, do something about it. The second thing I want to talk about that is heavily ignored is our health. You know, I say this health issue, our medical history thing, with a lot of heaviness, because I have witnessed how children have suffered because of the ignorance of parents. It's not the parents' fault, but it is ignorance of the society in the back in the days. But with this generation now, I don't think anybody should go through that. Sit down and have a conversation about your partner's health, medical history, past medical history, current medical history. Babes, do you have any medical history I should know about? Is there anything health-wise I should be concerned about? Know your blood compatibility. Are you kidding me? Some people get married these days, they still don't do it. They don't even, not even they don't do it, they don't even talk about it. I don't know. I want to believe that all of us know what is called sickle cell anemia here. A hereditary disease. You take it. It's a condition that is take that is it comes about because two parents have this they have the ASAS blood, their blood, they have this sickle cell, they have this sickled a blood cell in their system. Okay, I don't want to bring biology here, but to be basic, it simply means that if you the father has, if your blood is AS, your blood type is AS, because we're supposed to have A, we have the A, B, and O. Okay, now if you have the AS and your partner has AS, there is a high chance that you're going to have a sickle cell anemia patient. And boy, you don't want to have a sickle cell patient. Listen, if there is one thing that if there is one thing that you should take away today from this show, is this blood compatibility thing. Okay, is this health, this medical history. Even if you don't want to think about any other thing, please, for the sake of your children. Many children are born today with genetic conditions because the parents did not do their due diligence to check their blood type, to check their system, to check things. And children came on with what? Diseases. With diseases. Listen, like I said, if you don't take anything home today, take this point. Trust me. You don't want to have a child that when you look at that child every day, you are crying because you could have avoided a situation. If you've had a sickle cell patient, you will know what it means, what pain they go through. If you've had a sickle cell relative, if you've just been around somebody with sickle cell anemia, then you will understand what I mean. If you don't know about sickle cell anemia, go and read about it. It has no cure because it's what is genetic. That's just one of it that is common, and it's common amongst blacks, Africans. Okay, please. Sometimes I know that some people don't want to do that because they'll be like, if I have that, what does it mean? So I love him. Let's take the chance. Boy, if you take the chance, then know that you should be able, you will be punishing a child. I know that sometimes we don't want to do this because we are afraid that we may discover something. Please, it's better you discover something and stop something terrible from happening than to subject an innocent child to perpetual pain for the rest of their life. And they don't even know if they're going to live. Sickle cell patient, they say the average age they live is 21 years. I say this again with pain in my heart because I know what sickle cell has done. I have seen sickle cell firsthand, what it does to kids. That's why I speak about this health issue with so much passion. It's not only sickle cell. There are rare cases. There are rare types of diseases, genetic diseases. If you did biology, you have them. I don't even want to go to the other ones that are even worse than the sickle cell. But sickle cell is the most common one, especially among Africans. Let us spare these children this perpetual pain. And the worst of all is that there is no cure for this thing. They go through this pain, and at the end of the day, they die prematurely. Most of them die prematurely. But you could have avoided it. If our parents did that, out of ignorance, they didn't know. We should not do that. We should not repeat history. If you discover that you are AS, your partner is AS, please stop the relationship for the sake of that child that you could have, unless you decide You guys will sit down and decide, okay, babe, our blood shows that if we get married and have kids, we have a high chance of having a sickle cell patient, even if it's just one. What do we do? Some people will say, let's take the chance and we do blood test. If it comes out, then we can afford the baby. That is still not enough. You can decide that, okay, you will not have kids. Let's adopt. It is your decision, but you need to talk about that. Go and check yourself. If it is something that you guys have the sickle cell thread in you, then have a discussion about that. Okay? Have a discussion about that and do not subject innocent children to pain. I remember when I was in opposite, I had a biology teacher. She had to divorce her first husband and got married to another person because they had their first, I think the first two children, they were sickle cell anemic. And that is when they went and said, what is going on? Let them do the test and discover that both of them had the trait. And it's a probability. So you can have all 5 children with sickle cell. What would you do? So she had to divorce, to avoid that pain. I'm telling you that if you have sickle cell kids, you understand what I mean. It is, or siblings, or you've seen one, it is not something that you want to subject a child to. So please, medical history is very important. Discuss your medical history with your partner. Does he have high blood? Is he diabetic? What condition does he have? And you guys start praying about that, praying against that, praying for him, looking for solutions. When it comes to genetic things, it is critical. Check it. You don't want to get married to somebody that has cancer. You don't know in the next how many years the person dies. He knew that he had cancer. He didn't tell you. Or she knew she had cancer. He didn't tell you. Or have open, honest discussion about these things. Health is important. It's not something that you hide. Nobody wants to be sick. It's not a taboo to be sick, but have that discussion. Your partner will support you. If it is something that has to be, then it will be. Maybe that's just the person that God has put that way. Okay, this person is going to help you through this situation. Talk about it. There is no point hiding it. Okay? Health is one thing that we talk about. Talk about that with your partner. Check your blood type. Are you guys compatible? Check your rhesus factor. Is it okay? Do you have any genetic disease that they need to know? There are some genetic diseases that just one partner needs to have it, and the kids will have dominance. Okay? The kids will have. So please check that. It's very important. The next thing you want to discuss about is, though you may be surprised, hey, children. Some people don't want to have children. Some people don't want to have children. Have that discussion. Hey, babe, are you the type that you want to have children? How many kids would you want to have? If they say yes, how many kids do you want to have? What do you think? It's just an open discussion. So you start having an idea. Somebody tells they want 10 kids. Are you kidding me? Who's going to give birth to the 10 kids? Or I have friends say, oh yeah, baby, that's what I was thinking about, like 10 kids. You have the energy to go and push now. Go and push. But talk about it. Some people don't want kids. Then you are enjoying a relationship. You don't know women will always want their children, of course. Even though not all these days, people want to keep their figure and whatever. Imagine that you are the woman that you are planning that, oh my God, I can't wait to start having my own kids. This guy is just perfect for me. Everything is there. Then when you get married, he's like, hey, girl, I don't want kids. You need to be on birth control. You need to go put some, they call it what? Implants. So you take some, they call this thing like, they do some tubal ligation or something. IUD, whatever the thing they call. Because I don't want kids. And you start asking yourself, like, are you kidding me? You don't want kids? How come you don't want kids? But I want kids. And it's like, no, I don't want no babies here. What do you do? What do you do at a time? Or it may be the woman that say, hey, no, I'm not ready for kids. I'm not going to go through that stress of baby crying. Like some people say, it's not. I'm not caught up with that. Okay, all this thing, all this thing here is not for me. I'm not about to get up at night and be having sleepless nights because of some baby and breastfeeding and doing losing my shape and all that. And the man is like, "Are you kidding me? What did you say?" And then you start having problems. Or maybe you guys didn't go for checkup. And you don't know that this guy is not functioning properly. When I say functioning properly, means that something is happening down there. He can't do nothing. Maybe there's an erectile dysfunction. Maybe there is, they call it what? Maybe he has premature ejaculation. Maybe he has some things that you don't know. How would you know about it if you don't do all those tests? Please do this test. It doesn't cost anything. Do them. Imagine that you go to you get married. Everything is so perfect. Handsome guy, tall, everything is in place. You know you're gonna have handsome boys, and beautiful girls as kids. When it's time for work, nothing will happen. Okay, what's going on? Oh no, it's just let's just keep praying. It's God's time. But he knows exactly what's happening. He knows he has low sperm counts. He didn't tell you. And because you were so much in love, you forgot that, hey, it's good that we go do this thing and see everything. Make sure that Oga down there is fine. And me too, madam is okay. All the eggs are in place and everything is still, the womb is still intact. Oga down there is still functioning well. You don't do that. The fact that that a man can be with you or make love to you for 2 hours doesn't mean that he can have children. You can have that erection, that stamina to go for 3 hours, but whatever you are producing cannot help. What do you do? So please, there are things that we cannot miss out. Like I said, if our parents missed out, even if some of us we missed out, like I said, me particularly, or most people out there, we learn from things. We learn from mistakes that others did, our parents did, we have done. And that's why we are bringing it here to help those who are still out there. When you're coming in, make sure you do your homework. Some of us took chances. We took chances. To be honest, me here, I did not do no medical. I remember my uncle was like, "Solange, have you taken Dan for medical?" I'm like, "Uncle, medical for what now? He's okay." My uncle was like, "Are you kidding me? You of all people should know that. You of all people should know that you have to do that. What kind of a science student are you?" I'm like, "Uncle, don't worry. He's fine." My uncle was behind me. Then I was like, just to make peace, I'm like, "Okay, uncle, we'll do it. We'll do it." But I did not do it. So I took chances. But it turned out good for me. But what if it did not turn out good? What would have happened? I would have been crying today. I would have been in a problem that I don't even know how I'm going to solve it. Only by God's grace, some miracle that God will do for me. So let's not take chances, okay? Sometimes God gives us these warnings from people so that we avoid these things. I may be looking up beautiful and everything is perfect. This girl is perfect, but I don't have a womb. I may have that womb and something, but there is something that is going on in my system that maybe if I'd gone to the hospital, the doctor would have discovered. I say, "Hey, Solange, it looks like your tubes are blocked. It looks like there is something going on. We need to start doing some treatment." Before that time comes that you are ready for that to have that baby, you must have gone through that treatment. Seriously. Let's take these medical things. I've come back there again because I remember these fertility issues. And we know where we are coming from. We know in Africa, baby issue is serious. By the time you get married and you're clocking 3 years, are you mad you didn't make 3 years? When you get married in that traditionally, before you have want to say, "Let me do wedding," they're telling you that you're already married. We need grandchildren. Your parents are on your neck. That one you got married to, and it's always a woman. Did you get married to a man? Meanwhile, maybe it's even the man that has a problem. So please, let's do our job. Okay? Let's do our job. Let's do our due diligence for ourselves. So that if you have any medical problem, any issues, you start fixing it. You start solving it. God put those doctors there for that. It's not for nothing, to help us. So please, I really emphasize on this health issue because I know what this thing has done. Children have come for innocent children are suffering. People have gone into marriage thinking that they're gonna have blissful homes with nice children and all that, but because there is no fruitfulness, no cry of a baby in that house, that love has gone sour. Everybody will be talking your ears. Family is this way, this one is this way, and sometimes it ends in divorce because you could not have a child. And sometimes even worse because he's that man, but they cannot diagnose that is the man because he refuses to go to the hospital. Please do it. Let them go to the hospital. Both of you go to the hospital and be transparent with your medical report. Please. You want to have children? Know if this man can have children. You want to have children? Know if that woman can have children. If you cannot, then you start thinking about it. Because the fact that you don't have children of your own, you can still decide that, hey, we love ourselves. We're not going to let children be a hindrance to our love. We can adopt. It's all about communication. Have this heart-to-heart talk. True talks. It's not time for sugarcoating. Okay? It's not time for sugarcoating. The next thing I want to talk about is talk about career goals, finances. They say a man shall leave his father and mother and cling to a woman, and the two shall become one. They did not say a boy. The Bible did not say a boy. When they say you are a man, it doesn't mean that because you are an adult, you are 40 years. You can still be 40 years, but you're not a man. You're still a boy. Before you get married, you need to make sure that you are a man in every aspect. What is your financial? What is your career goal? Sit down with your partner, both men and women. It doesn't mean that because you are the man, I should be the one interested in your career goal. Hey, how are you going to take care of me? No, it's the same thing. You have to ask me too. Babe, what's your career goal? Oh, I want to be this. I'm thinking this is the path in which I'm going. You're like, okay, that makes sense. And you guys, excuse me, and you guys start planning how you will help each other through that path, how you'll be patient. You can even plan out something. But girls, ladies, please, if you have a man, especially that has no career goal, has no focus, has nothing, they have no plans. What are you thinking? A man that cannot even take care of himself, talk less of taking care of you or the children that you're going to have. How do you do? So please, finances is one of the things that breaks home if you don't know. When there is financial challenge, you will be surprised how it can affect love. Financial challenge to a man will make him not to have erection. I don't know if people have noticed. People, those who are married, sometimes when you guys are going through some financial issue, hey, I give glory to God. Sometimes when men go through, when they are stressed out in any way, they don't have erection. That erection will die. We are here to talk true talks, right? It will die. Check it. If you are married, when your husband is going through some stress, just check the way he's how would I put it? I want to put it in a nice way. So I'm not sarcastic. Check the way he performs. Check the way. I mean, you. How can I put it? I'm looking for a nice way to put it, not to put it in a way that the man will be like, "Hey, this girl, you too much." But trust me, monitor your husband when he's going through some financial issue. He will not be bothering you for sex. In short, the thing will not even erect. It will not even start. Sometimes, you know, there is that period in the morning. There's that period. There is that period in the morning that naturally men will have erection. No, you check. I think that normal cycle, it will not happen because they are stressed. They are stressed. Financial constraints will bring a lot of stress. From it will affect everything in the house. You guys will suddenly be quarreling for nothing. You will be arguing for nothing. Any little thing is tension. There's some women, if you are not supportive, you are not the kind of woman that you're understanding. Any little thing. Oh, you did not even give money today. And this one. Oh, this is finished. They told them this one. Everything for you. You are upset and you even increase, you even worsen the guy's situation. So before you get into that situation, like I said, if some of us did it, our parents did it, let us know, let these new people, that is why we have shows like this, preparing people out there, things that we maybe did not talk about, but it turned out good for us. But trust me, some people, it did not turn out good for them. Don't get yourself in that. You cannot be with a guy and you say it's your fiance. The guy has no job. In this very kumba, let me talk like one of my in-laws. In this very America we are. You don't have a job. You are not going to school. You don't have any vision for what you want. All you do, you are depending on this little girl's CNA money that she's taking for, or RN money that she's taking to go and be jabbing and be doing this. You rent cars, you are walking up and down. And the girl knows, come on, ladies, let us wake up. How do you want to take care of things? Talk about finances, talk about your career goals. If you don't want to go to school, it's okay. We have a lot of things out there we can do. You must not go and have a bachelor's degree or master's degree or whatever. The important thing is do something with your life. We have Scrum Master. Scrum Master is how many months? Is it 6 weeks or 3 months or whatever? There are so many things IT we can do for how many months now? And if we are serious, we'll have things. But come on, let's discuss finance. Both ways, not only men, women. Women, we are called to be a helpmate for our husbands. It's not that you are a burden. You should not become a burden to a man. You are a support system. So even the little thing that you bring in the house will help the man. So finances, when we talk about finances, not only about looking at the finance for the man, it's the woman too. Let's not get this twisted. We are not having double standards here. Your finance will help. And a woman is a better manager of money than men. But for some exceptions, of course, some women are so extravagant that I don't want to get up. That's going to be another topic on its own. We're going to talk about that one day on this show. But yes, let's talk finances, okay? Let's talk finances and keep it real. No sugarcoating. If it's not working, babe, let's talk about this thing. I have seen that your lifestyle. Some people have the finances. Some people are so rich, they're young. They have all this money going on. They have the DBA money. They have the IT money. Some young guys have this money, but the way they squander it, sit your guy down, babe. I'm not saying that don't enjoy life. I'm not saying that don't spend your money, but come on. What is your investment? You have all this money now. You have all this energy to make this money now. What is the investment you're doing? Are you investing something? Let us plan. It's not about planning that you will marry me or something. No, plan something for your future. Are you saving with all this money you're having? Or are you just going to nightclubs and spending $2,000, $3,000 a night because you want to show off that you have the money? Invest something, do something. That's when you start having those conversations. If he has the money, help him, help her. You guys plan together, give advice, talk about it. If you see that he's squandering this money, he's going to squander this money in your house. Maybe one day he will take his money and go spend and come back and tell you that, hey, I don't have any more money. Thinking that the life that you guys live as single is the same, but you have kids, you have things. If you have the opportunity to have money before you get married, hey, please make good use of it. Save for those days. Save for your children. Plan your retirement early. Some people have the opportunity. Plan early. Okay? And again, I still say it's not only the man. the woman, you need to also put your finances straight. If you have the opportunity, I know many women don't have the, especially in Africa, they don't have the opportunity to work or something, but you can still be lucrative in any way, in any little business. I don't believe that a woman should just sit without doing anything. I don't believe in housewife matter here. Even if you are staying home as a housewife, do something. It may be even a side business. You may be selling some jewelries. You may be doing something. These hands God has given you, use them. Use them. Women are blessed. Sometimes the reason why our husbands treat us just anyhow like is because we are not productive. Women, you gotta be productive. Be productive and see. Okay, let's not just sit like that and be having these children. No, we are more than having children. We are support to the family. Let's take our role. Okay. Another thing this is the last thing I want to talk about today is we need to set boundaries. Let me not even say boundaries. Like, let me take that back. Let's talk about I'm trying to talk about having a conversation about, okay, babe, family members, how we live in our house. Okay, babe, there's this story that I once heard. I don't know how true it is, but this man and the wife, they had a conversation before they got married, and they said they're not going to allow any family members in their house, in the sense that no mother-in-law, no father-in-law is going to stay in their house for more than 6 months. Okay? No sister-in-law. Nobody's going to interfere in their privacy in their home for more than 6 months. And they all agreed to that. So they will come and make their 6 months and go. So one day, excuse me, not even 6 months, they agreed that they will not come and live with them for a certain time. It wasn't even up to 6 months. So the man, of course, said no, he cannot. He made that clear with his family. But you know, women they can be emotional sometimes, and they use emotions to do emotional blackmail to their husband. So one day was it was the wife's turn. The parents came. I think it was the dad came, and she was like, "Wait, babe, please come, daddy, just stay." The man was like, "But we agreed from the beginning, and I did not let that happen with my own parents. Why your own?" So she started crying, the emotional blackmail and all that, and it happened. And the man was like, "Okay, okay, you know us now, okay." But I'll just say this little story to, like, they agreed on something, okay? So these are conversations that you should have, because trust me, sometimes you can have some in-law issues. If you know that you are the type that you don't want your in-laws to stay in your house in a certain time or past a certain period, you start discussing about that. You start asking, "Hey, babe, about our family members, should we get married?" Because remember, you're still engagement stage. You are not yet in their house. You are still, but you are just imagining that, okay, what if we get married? Because now this stage is serious. We are serious. We've been dating for steadily for like 2 years and all that. So you're like, "Babe, what if we get married and our parents want to live with us, or any parent wants to live with us? What do you think about that?" And he may say, "Oh, that's fine. I can live with mama for whatever length of time. I don't care. I cannot refuse my mother from staying with me." And you are the type that, like, hell no, no parents staying with me for more than 6 months. Then you start discussing it. But if you leave this thing and get into marriage, and we are in America, your husband fights for mama comes, or papa come, mama and papa, they come, they live in your house, and they're in your house for eternity, and you don't want it. Do you know how stressed you're gonna be? So certain things you have to start getting it. And that when you get, so if it's a response that you think that aligns with you or does not align with you, like, babe, don't you think that our parents stay with us, it's kind of like hindering our privacy and things like that? I mean, they will not feel free. It doesn't matter. Have the conversation. For me, those are important things. I always say that I don't know. But in as much as I love my mom, I love my parents, I don't think I want them to live with me. I have lived with them all my life. Come on. Now I need to live with a man and my own children. I don't need that interference. That is my own thoughts. Another person, they are fine with it. Another person, they are fine with it. Okay. So, but it depends on both of you. That's why I say everything is conversation. Everything is an open, honest conversation with things that matter. These are just some few things that I just want us to talk about today. But there are so many out there. As you watch this program, this show, if there are any things that you think that you can add to this list, there are so many. Please just add it for somebody to learn. As there's someone out there that is watching, that these things will help. There is someone out there about to get married that they have not done their medical checkups with their partner. There is someone out there about to get married. Or it's like, oh my God, he proposed, and out of the market. They have not even discussed finances. The guy is not even working. These are real issues. Discuss it. Share your thoughts so you can help somebody out there. Talk about health. Do your medical checkup. Know your past history and know your partner's past medical history, present medical history, blood compatibility. You don't want to give birth to a child that will come and suffer because you got married to a so-called love partner or whatever. You can sacrifice that to spare a child some pain by adoption, by doing something. But don't bring a child to this world to come and suffer deliberately. Because if you go and do that test and you see that you have the possibility of having a sickle cell patient, for example, and you still go ahead, then tomorrow you get married and give birth to a child that is a sickle cell patient, boy, I don't even know how to classify you, to be honest. You just decided to inflict pain on an innocent child. Then you want to be praying for God to help you. God, heal my child. Yeah, God is going to heal your child. But didn't you know about it? Didn't you know about it? Check your finances. Don't just go about being engaged to a riffraff. Don't get me wrong. He must not be a millionaire. But do you see the person's vision? Does the person has a vision? Does he have some career goals, some life goals? That you know that this guy is heading somewhere. When I met my husband, he had nothing. And so people were asking me, what are you doing with this man? God, I didn't want to talk about the story. They were asking me, you, a beautiful girl like you are with this guy? But they didn't see what I saw. I saw a man with ambition. And today, the same people some people even cornered me and said, you cannot marry this guy. No, you can't. You are wasting your time with this guy. This guy is a clown. This guy is that. But those same people today, they can't even talk. I'm sure they are looking at things that are like, you can never tell tomorrow. Don't ever judge somebody from their physical appearance. That's why you who is there, you need to study them and know what their career goals are. What is their vision? Is this person a hardworking person? Maybe at that time the breakthrough has not yet come, but you have seen that this man is going to go far. You have seen that this woman is going to go far. So think about that. Have a conversation about children. Have a conversation about family members. Those are the few things that I wanted us to talk about today. As you get into your stage of accepting to become a couple or engage or commit in that serious relationship, study your partner. Know them. Before they give you that engagement ring and you're flying all over the place on social media that, hey, he proposed. Meanwhile, you know nothing about them. Not even their medical history. You don't know. Some people are already sleeping with people, with the men for years. They don't even know their medical history. You don't know. So please, let us know. Think about the things that are important to you. Christianity is that important. Do your medical checkups. Do your due diligence to have some things that will not affect you tomorrow, especially your children. Like I said, this is just few points. There are so many we can't exhaust. But as you watch this, put your comments. Add the things that you can add to help somebody out there. I want to thank everybody for listening to me today, for sharing this video today, for putting your comments. Joyce, thank you so much. Wow, Kate Bate. Kate Bate, yeah, thank you so much for watching from Cameroon, I guess. Olive, thank you so much, my dear. Share the link to everybody. Please, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, my YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe. We had an amazing show last week. It was a couples retreat. So you can go watch that on YouTube, or it's still on Facebook. Watch that, share, and like our page. Thank you so much for watching the Blissful Couples Corner for this Sunday, the 27th of February 2022. I thank you so much. And I remain, of course, your humble host, Soul Angel. Until next week, see you. Bye bye.